Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Beluga the Yeagers, and it's been a little second since I made my last video, but I am back making content. Now, today we're actually going to be talking about something that's more relevant. Usually I like to talk about just the more academic side of Attack on Titan, if you will, character development, plot devices, stuff like that, or I usually go on an ending defending binge. But today we're going to do something more around recent times, and we're going to be talking about the key visual that was released, being this, and we're going to be talking about some implications. Now, obviously, everyone is talking about this proves AoE. This could be AoE, and it could very well prove AoE. Now, for most of the ending defenders out there, the blue eyes, if it is really AoE, they would be upset about it. And I am not one of those people. I think that there's definitely a thematic way for AoE to happen. And that would be the Muv-Luv. It's sort of like the Muv-Luv theory, right? There's the good ending and there's the bad ending. Now, we obviously don't have the ideal ending. Well, maybe not, that's not obvious to you, but we obviously don't have the ideal ending of where the anime's ended right now. What we can have is we can have the better ending out of what's happening right now than we had than the other version, which would be actually the anime would be the bad ending. Yes. So if the blue eyes is actually correct, the anime would be the bad ending and the manga would be the good ending, right? And of course, the other thing about this that we have to understand is that if the blue eyes thing is true, that means Isayama planned AoE from the beginning, since 2013, since before his ending was even released, which means that he wasn't pressured into doing it. No one pressured him into doing it. This is what he always wanted to do. And that's been the main focus for me. I don't want Isayama to change the ending because a few shallow people didn't like it. I want him to make to write something that is good that only a few people can comprehend. And he actually said as much in a quote as you're reading right now on the screen. He said as much. So if this was all part of AoE, the blue eyes thing would be relevant since 2013. So it's his ending. I trust Isayama implicitly in the same way that I wish some of you would have trusted him when 133 came out. As many others, when 133 came around, we were like, I don't know. I think we're not going to get the full rumbling. But you know what? I said, you know what? That's fine. Isayama's delivered, as they would say, Kino for the past 133 chapters. So I trust him to make a good ending. And, I was disappointed, but it was still in the right direction, the ending. So, that being said, it may not be what I want. I prefer if the anime ending was expanded upon. But if it wasn't a different ending, that's fine. And I trust Isayama implicitly. So, what do I mean by this being the bad ending? Well, it's very simple. At the end of 139, Eren learns the error of his ways, and Eren comes to realize what's actually important in life, right? And so he calls off the rumbling and lets himself get killed for the sake of other people, right? This is the good end. This is as far as he's went. That's the best he can do right now, right? It's sort of like if you're evading a police officer, if you're at a traffic stop and you're evading a police officer, right? It's already gone to crap because you've committed a traffic violation and now you're evading the police officer. But what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't ram into a vehicle to elude the police officer. What you can do if you see a vehicle coming across the intersection, you can stop and you can say, well, you know what? I have to turn myself in now. That is sort of like the situation Eren's in right now. It was too late. Everything's already gone to hell. He's already killed a bunch of people. He's already regretted his decision. He's already missed out on time with Mikasa. Blah, 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 blah. But he can at least get rid of the Titan curse, and he can at least make sure his friends live long, happy lives, including Reiner and Annie, and Reiner and Annie, and all the other stuff. However, the anime ending will have Eren running, T-boning a car in an intersection. See, it's worse. It's a bad ending. Both of them are bad endings. Well, bittersweet, but the anime ending will be significantly worse. Now, maybe his friends will die, maybe they won't die. I'm not really concerned about that. Because most people are concerned about, he's going to kill his friends. It's bad. Well, yes, it's bad, and yes, it's going to get his character. However, I had a extended debate with someone. This person's philosophy was indicative and is shared by most other people. Is that Eren, he will be perfectly content and perfectly happy once he does the rumbling. And I'm sitting here saying, well, no, he won't be, because we saw what happened when he had a goal. He had a goal since he was 9 years old. Actually, since before that, but especially when he was 9 years old, he had a goal. I'm going to kill the Titans. I'm going to kill the Titans. I'm going to see the ocean. I'm going to see the ocean. I'm going to see the ocean. And what happened? Well, in season 3, he admitted that he lost sight of that dream, number one. And number two, he got rid of the Titans, all of them, and he was still very unhappy. And when you go back and watch the ocean scene, and I'm telling you to do this specifically in the anime, not because it's different, but I'm telling you to do this in the anime because it's just much more impactful. Go back, watch him reach the ocean. It's painfully obvious that Eren is out of pocket in that situation. Eren's supposed to be happy, content. Eren's supposed to enjoy this moment, but he's not because he's so consumed with his goal. And it's obvious what the author's trying to do. Now, it's not explicitly said, so you have plausible deniability. And you know what? That is perfectly fine. If you want to think that, go ahead and think that. That is your problem. You're the one missing out. But for those of us who want to interpret art and its subtle hints, and appreciate the subtlety of art instead of having anything explicitly spoon-fed to you, then it's painfully obvious. Now, this gentleman was saying, oh, no, he's going to be happy, it's going to be great, he's going to get married to a story, maybe the guilt, not even the guilt. He'll be content because he's not a content person. And again, I don't like to bring up the school cast, but for those of you who school cast holds merit to, I'm sure you all know I'm going to go with this, the school cast where he gets bored of his life and he creates a problem so he can solve it. So, if school cast floats your boat, go right ahead. But if not, that's perfectly fine, we can stay within canon. So the Blue Eyes. So in 2013, or maybe 2014, I don't really know, but in season 1 finale, Eren goes into berserk mode, something that's not in the anime manga. Sorry, something that's not in the manga at all. And he goes into the berserk titan, where he gets blue eyes. He's on flames, and he says, "quote I'll destroy all the earth, everything in the world. I am free." Right. And so this, of course, eerily foreshadows of rumbling, but it could also be something different. Since Eren didn't complete the rumbling, he didn't destroy all the earth. He says the specific word, sebeta, which means everything, all, right? So that character does not mean 80%. It means the entire world. Which means, someone could say, well, since the key visual has blue eyes, that might mean that the Berserk Titan comes in and overtakes Eren's will, and he, destroys all of the world, like he said he was doing in season 1. Now, I am totally not opposed to that whatsoever, because this would finally show people that Eren would not be content after all the evidence we have. We have him accomplishing his goals and not being happy with it. We have the ocean scene. We have him even straight up saying in season 3 he lost sight of his goals. We have the school cast. We have all this information with the conversation with Ramsey. And ACM will finally show, if he does do AoE, even after Eren destroyed the world, he's not going to be happy. And not because he's guilty, because he's not satisfied, right? And so that is why I say that there's thematic merit to it. And of course, we have the Muv-Luv theory, which is, Muv-Luv alternative, Muv-Luv ultimate, one has a good ending, one has a bad ending. Perhaps the manga was the good ending, and the anime is the bad ending. So, who knows? So, those are my thoughts on the key visual. That's what I think about it. So, if you have any comments, let me know in the comment section, and take care. Have a great day.